To give you guys an idea, you are currently balanced on top of an empty beer crate, then a foam roller, and then you have an Ugg boot behind you because my tripod broke. But hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel and to another knitting podcast. My name is Anna, also known as Andy Knits, and today we've just got a bunch of finished objects, works in progress, and even some yarn that I bought to chat about. This is kind of a mix of both April and May, because May's been around for a couple of weeks now and I've actually finished quite a few things and I want to share them because I don't want to wait because they're all really cute. So today the first thing is the thing that I am wearing. It is my Ingrid sweater by Petite Knit. I showed it in my last podcast as a finished object. I have been wearing it so many times since. It is made using Satisgarn Peargint in the grey, and yeah, I absolutely love it. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I talked a lot about it last time, but yeah, I love her. She is everything and I have just been loving wearing it. I do have a stain on it, but you can't see it in the camera, so I need to clean it. But yeah, that is my first finished object. And my coffee's still really hot. Okay, let's get down to business. We have quite a few finished things this podcast. I feel like the last month or so I was finishing a lot of things because like the month before that I had so many like 3/4 done whips, so that like I was on the home stretch for so many of them, and now they're all complete and I'm excited. So let's show them off. The first one, the main girl. We know her, we love her. This is my Agnete cardigan by Petite Knit. And just let me tell you, I am so happy this is done. One reason, it was a huge slog. I don't know, I'm gonna take a break from brioche and not do brioche for quite a while. And yeah, it's so pretty. I just want to wear it everywhere. So let me just hold it up for you. This is how it looks. I knit this using Satisgarn Tin Peargint in the like statement green shade, and then a random cone of mohair that I found on Facebook that just matched absolutely perfectly. And I still have like 200 grams of the mohair left, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. But yeah, I really enjoyed knitting this piece. I found that it wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be really difficult and I was kind of scared. I don't actually know if it's a 4 or a 5 or a 5 out of 5 on Petite Knit's website, but I feel like the main thing is it's just a lot of knitting because brioche 2 rows equals like 1 row of work. So it was just a lot of back and forth and yarn overs, and just yeah, once I got the body done on this, I was so happy that it was all over. And then yeah, yesterday I chose my buttons at work. They're like, let me see if I can show you, black like tortoise shell buttons. They're very cute. And yeah, I wore it for the first time yesterday at work and I just felt like a boss. I was like, oh, I love this. And it's also so bright. I have like, most of my stuff is grey or like black and white, so I'm happy to have something like a statement piece in my wardrobe now that I will be wearing so much now that it's winter. So that was my first guy. She is a 10 out of 10. I blocked it and it took so long to dry it because it was very cold, but I loved how it was. The arms on it are really long and I really like that, but I think if you've got shorter arms, maybe like if you're a bit shorter, maybe have a look out on that and keep trying it on because brioche does grow a lot in length at the end. I also did a size extra large just so it would be that like oversized fun vibe, and I also had to size up my needles to 3.5mm because my gauge was too tight. Are we surprised? No. But that was how this one looks. The second finished object is another Petite Knit item. I am sorry. This is the Oslo sweater. And oh gosh, this is how it looks. It's kind of really hard to see because it's so dark and navy. but it is just kind of a plain crew neck sweater. However, it's done in a 2-ply yarn, like a lace weight yarn, which I bought a cone of it from my local yarn store when they were having a sale, and then a mohair, which I used Sandersgarn tin silk mohair in, I think, Dip Marine, like the navy shade. So it is just a really, really light, airy sweater, but still at the same time keeping you really warm. So it's knit up on 4.5mm needles, so it's not like slow considering you're using really thin yarns. It still knits up very quickly, but it's also not like a holey or see-through or anything like that. Like the mohair really like makes sure there's no holes or anything, so it still keeps you so warm. I love this one. I am so happy that I made it. Again, I did an extra large. I like all of my jumpers really oversized, so most of them I will be doing extra large in them. And yeah, I love the neck. The neck is really thick. I feel like I need to put elastic in it though, because I'm scared it's going to lose its shape. And yeah, I think the main thing for me is just how light this is. That is my favorite part, and just how I feel so nice when I'm wearing it. I don't know, that's a weird way to say it, but I don't feel like sweaty, or like, take the Ingrid sweater for example. It's very heavy, like a lot of DK weight or like worsted weight yarn went into this, and I like that for its purpose. But on days like today, I guess, where it's like 15 degrees and sunny, so it's still kind of cold and I would like a sweater, this would be too much if I was walking outside. It's perfect right now because my house is cold. But this one for when I like go out, it's perfect. Or I've been using it at the moment for a lot of cover-ups over dresses on like nice days. So in the morning walking to work, it's still too cold, have that on as a nice like layer. And then when it gets a bit warmer, you can take it off, you know, wrap it around your shoulders, look real cute. That's the vibe I'm going for at the moment, and I'm loving it. So that's those two finished. I have other finished things as well. This one here has been on hold, also on my needles for a long time. I would say almost a year. Mainly because I only had one set of 3.5mm needles at that point. We've expanded by now, we have a lot. But this is the Typical headband by Typical Bliss, Tiffany. It was one of her like Patreon patterns that she brought out with like the idea in mind of scraps, like if you've got like 25 grams of yarn left over or something. And it was a perfect for me because I had like exactly 25 grams left of her sock yarn. And I was like, oh, this is a great idea, I'll knit one of these up. So this is knit up. Let me see if I can show you the colours, because it's so like subtle and pretty. But it is knit up using one of her hand-dyed sock yarns. I think it was Boo Boo Cha Cha, and then just a plain undyed mohair that I buy from Trade Me all the time. And I really like it. I think it's quite funky and cool. I have been having a good hair month at the moment. It is like starting to go wavy and it makes me really happy. I've been wearing it out a lot, so having little accessories like this has been really cute. I do want to make another Sophie scarf because I have leftover of the green from my agnete cardigan. So we're just gonna have a lot of hair accessories. But yeah, this one is a really cute little one, but the reason I put it on hold for so long is because it's done in double knitting. So it was just such a slog because it took forever. I think the hilarious part was I did like that much last year and then all the rest of it in a week this year, like a year later, and it flew by so quickly once I actually put my mind to it. So yeah, that is that one. Another finished item, because I didn't want to cast many things on at the moment, however I did cast stuff on, I'm sorry, because I've been overwhelmed by the amount of whips I have lately. So yeah, it felt really good to cast off that Typical headband. The next one it felt good to cast off were these everyday socks, the pattern by Petite Knit. This yarn is by Alpaca Socks, it's their tweedy one. So I think it's got alpaca, probably polyamide, and then like Dongale tweed in it. It's so nice and soft. I'm so excited to wear these. I'm probably going to put them on right after this because my toes are cold. But you can just see like how fluffy and nice all the tweed is on it. So that was one I casted on like a couple months ago. I finished one sock, put it on hold, didn't really think about it, and then this week at work just took that sock in and I was like, I'm finishing it. I'm finishing this pair. I have too many singular socks lying around. I need to get my ass into gear and actually finish them. So that is this pair of socks. And then once again, I have like this much left over. I'm not sure how much exactly it is. I'll probably weigh it soon. But if you have any ideas, I'd say it's around 20 grams. Or maybe even more, like 30 grams. I'll put it on the screen. If you have any idea what to do with like that much of a fingering weight yarn, that's not socks, because I have too many socks, let me know. I think that is all of my... No, it's not. We have one more. Yeah, one that I haven't weaved in the ends or blocked. Don't talk to me about it, okay? This one here is another finished item. This was a test knit by Oslo Knitwear Maria on Instagram, and the pattern is out now. This is the cloud bralette. It is so cute. The yarn was kindly gifted by Isager, so it is the Isager Eco Baby, I think in the second shade or something. It is such a soft yarn, so like perfect to be right next to your skin. I think it's got like alpaca and cotton. Don't quote me on that though. And yeah, it's so cozy right next to my skin. And the bra is actually really supportive. I am honestly quite a revelation and a shock when doing this test, because I actually realized that I'm an F cup. I was like, oh, I've been living in like my double D world thinking I'm that, but apparently I'm not. Apparently I'm an F. But that just goes to show how I don't wear normal bras anymore. I have one normal bra, but it's like a lacy bra with like an underwire. That's it. I am a bralette girl, or just nothing all the way. So something like this is right up my alley. However, if you do want more support in your life, maybe this isn't for you, but it's a double knit pattern, so it's just a really quick knit up. And yeah, it's so nice and soft. I've just been wearing this all the time at the moment, like under sweaters, under t-shirts. It's perfect. So yeah, the pattern is out now if you want to go check it out on Oslo Knitwear. Yeah, and thank you so much to Isager for gifting me this yarn. That's very exciting. I love that kind of thing. And like I said in the last episode, I love free stuff. So yay. It's drink break. And a car is moving. I always get so distracted when I film here because I just want to start like people watching. And I was supposed to film yesterday, however the council decided it would be a great idea to drill right into the road and work on the water right outside my window. So I didn't film yesterday, I'm filming today, and now my car is like encased with cones and I'm gonna have to move all of the road cones to get it out if I want to leave. However, I'm too scared to do that because what if they're like placed, like what if I'm driving on something that's wrong? I don't know, I don't want to ruin it. And I also like feel awkward moving all the cones, and then I'd want to move them back and then my car will be in the middle. Yeah, listen, we're just leaving my car encased in the cones until the cones leave. That was a bit of a, sorry, that was a detour. Let's now move on to the whips. Because even though I said I wanted to finish all my whips, I haven't finished all my whips. I have so many whips. Whip update, I guess. The first one we have, I have no idea if I showed this in the last one. I think I did, but it wasn't too much because it's going by quite slowly. I am planning on making a mini skirt version of my dahlia skirt. The pattern for the DK weight version is still being tested at the moment. I hope that it will be out by the end of the month. Very excited. But this is how this one is looking at the moment. I kind of am very confused. I think I might have fucked up my math because I think it's looking quite big, but I'm just going to keep rolling with it because I'm on like fixed needles, so I can't really attach a cord and try it on. We're just going to go with it. But it is just the same eyelet detail as my longer dahlia skirt. However, this one is done in like 4-ply fingering weight yarn. So she's going to take a while, but it's a mini skirt, so it doesn't have to be that long. And then it will just make it a lot more like lighter and airier for summer, because I am just using 100% cotton for this guy. So that's an update on that one. Hopefully I get more of it done. It's just, it takes a long time. There's a lot of stitches on it. Yeah. This one, speaking of a lot of stitches, but actually a lot of progress, I have been very excited by this one at the moment. It is my Jenny sweater. Like, look at the amount I've done. Holy shit. I feel like the last time I actually like picked this up and started knitting with it, I had only done like one smock stitch, and then I don't know what happened. I think Formula 1 came back. So I was like spending every day like knitting and watching Formula 1. And then I went camping with my friends, where our version of camping is we put up our tent in a really pretty place, drink coffee, eat snacks, and then just do absolutely nothing. So like we read or we knit, and that's about it. So I got all of this done the entire time, and I was so happy to get that much knitting done of this, because there's like 400 fucking stitches on this, like, but I'm almost at, I've almost finished the body of this, which is really exciting. So I have finished one sleeve for this and basically almost finished the body. And yeah, I just have one more sleeve to go to connect it all. However, I only have this much mohair left, so I need to buy myself some more mohair. And then the other yarn that I am using for this is the Crochet 4-ply pure wool. I've said this before and I'll say it again. If you're in New Zealand, this is like such an affordable and amazing like 4-ply wool to mix with anything. It's so nice. I've used it for so many things. I love it. I will continue to love it. But yeah, I'm surprised at how like not daunting it's been. However, I know that the daunting part is going to be when I actually have to connect like everything in the round and do a bunch of decreases. I am aware. However, at the moment we've just got a nice simple smock stitch vibe, and somehow it's been knitting up very quickly, which is lovely. So that is my first whip update. No, it's my second whip update. I apologize, we also did the skirt. How silly of me. Another whip that I have started, sorry, is a Marseille sweater by Petite Knit. However, minus the stripes, because I just wanted a plain crew neck sweater. Ooh, she's so bright. This is how it's looking. I love the bright, like electric blue. I think it looks amazing. This yarn is, oh, there's so many hairs. This yarn is Countrywide Windsor. It's a really affordable like machine wash yarn here in New Zealand, and I bought it like 2 years ago now, and I completely knit a sweater in it. I knit the Stockholm V-neck sweater. However, I did not like it at all. My gauge was too tight. Yep, story of my life. And I just didn't enjoy the fit of it. So yeah, I decided to reknit this in a sweater I would feel more comfortable in, and also a bigger needle size, so my gauge isn't too tight. So yeah, it's just going to be a nice, loose, oversized fit. I hope I have enough yarn. I know that this batch is completely done, so I feel like I'm just going to knit everything minus the ribbing and then see how much I have left, and just use new balls for the ribbing if I need to. But yeah, I really like this colour. It's so fun and bright, and I hope I have this done in time for winter, so I'll actually be able to wear it when it's cold. But we'll see. To be fair, I have knit this much in the span of like 5 days. So we're on a roll. And I thought I would mention, because I got some new needles. Yeah, so I am definitely being convinced to jump on the CNET bandwagon. Oh my god. So I got the 4.5mm, 80cm, like fixed cords. I think these are the shiratake, and I love them. I got them yesterday and I have been knitting on them. They're like swivel cord as well, so the whole needle turns around, and the bamboo is so smooth. I'm very curious to see how they wear. This is mainly happening because a lot of my knit pro are starting to wear down a lot just because I've used them so much and I'm really not enjoying them. I have like one pair or a couple pairs of like Luca like needles, and I'm really not enjoying them either. They've worn down so much and are so uneven. So we're on to the next thing, which are the sea knits, because I finally found somewhere in New Zealand that actually stocks them. So if you're in New Zealand and looking to try sea knits, jump onto, right here, Bianca Lorraine is the website. They have a bunch of sea knit needles. They also have a fuck ton of isager that I really want to try. But we just have to like have some self-restraint. But yeah, these are my new needles and a new cast on that I've been enjoying. Along with those 4.5mm needles, I also decided to get some of the double pointed needles to try. So these are the 2.5mm bamboo sea knit double pointed needles. And as well, I am really liking these as well. Mainly the other double pointed needles that I have used, I have the Knit Pro Zing needles. I really like them, however they're not that pointy. And then on the whole other end of the spectrum, I bought the Ashford wood double pointed needles, and they are too pointy. They stab the shit out of me and it's so uncomfortable. So I was like, I hate these and I don't want to knit them anymore. So we're trying these out. I really like these. They're good in between, they're really nice and smooth, and we're going well. So this is another whip. This is the Typical Sock by Typical Bliss. It is just a toe-up, plain, vanilla sock. This is how it looks on the yarn, because the yarn is the standout girl right now. This is Opal sock yarn. It's one of their new collections. They're like Waterworld collection or something. I love how this knits up. It knits up kind of like Fair Isle-y. I think it's so cool, and it's just like a giant ball of it. So I hope I can maybe get another pair of socks out of this or something. I don't know, but this yarn is awesome. So I'm happy to finally start another, or the second pair, because I wasn't, God, I have completely forgotten how to talk. I hadn't delayed starting the second one, mainly because I wasn't enjoying my double pointed needles because they were stabbing the shit out of me. But now we have good needles, so that is another whip that I am hoping to finish next week. I'll be taking this to work and knitting on it frantically, so I'll have 2 pairs of socks done, which would be amazing. Oh my god, I'm falling. Alright. Don't worry guys, there's only 2 more whips to go. The first, oh no, he's bringing something along with him. The first whip we have is just a back yoke, but it's cool to show because it's a very cool back yoke. It's a pattern I'm working on myself for a kind of cabled sweater. So this is how it's looking. Ooh. This is the back yoke. It's just got a big cable in the middle. And then some cool ones out the side. I have to do a lot of chart work to figure out how to do the front yokes. That is my job for today, once I finish this and actually sit at my computer and do chart work. Because I really kind of just made this up and wung it, and now I have to do work to figure out how to make it better. But yeah, this is how it's looking. I'm obsessed. This looks so cool. I am using Santa's Garn Peer Gynt in the Tutti Frutti Tweed. This is such a cool yarn. I'm so excited. I need to buy more of it though, because I only bought like 5 balls. However, I'm patiently waiting for Clementine Knit to get more in stock. So we will see. But this is how it's looking so far. So watch this space. Hopefully I have more to show next time. And hopefully I can actually wear it when it comes to winter. Hopefully. And then the last whip is kind of a random transition. I don't know. I posted on my Instagram. I decided to get the 52 Weeks of Shawls book from the library, because I don't think I would be that person that would wear a lot of shawls. I want to have like one or maybe two, so I didn't see any point in buying the entire book when I know I'm not going to knit 52 shawls, just because they seem very daunting, and it's also like not something I would wear all the time, but I want to try it out. So I decided to see if my library had it, and they did. So this is the book, very exciting, and I'll show you the pattern that I am doing. I have a few in mind. I took it into work and my co-worker and I were like oohing and ahhing all over the different ones to see which one I should make. But the one I chose, is there anything on page? No. Is this one here, the Aloft shawl. I think it is so gorgeous. I love the lace detailing and everything about it. So I feel like this is just the kind of shawl that I want. So that's what we're making. And so perfectly and conveniently, I had thrifted a sweater last year, unraveled it, and have a bunch of yarn, like wool, that I can use for it. So this is how far I've gotten. This is like, there's like a 40 row repeat, so this is the first 40, and it's looking so cool. So you can see all the lace, and then there's like bubbles and everything. I only made one mistake and we fixed it, so everything's all right, but this is how far we've gotten. I feel like I'm going to keep knitting on this today, but I really like it, and I don't know, we'll have to see at the end if I am a shawl girly. We'll just keep pushing through. It's just fun to knit with, I don't know. There are so many on there that are just so pretty, but this one's nice because it's like, I didn't have to buy any new yarn for it. I didn't have to buy a pattern. I just rented a book and yarn that I thrifted so long ago, so it doesn't break my bank at all to try a shawl, which is really nice. So yeah, that is my final whip for the moment. And then, where did it go? Here, up. I only have one yarn acquisition because I'm not allowed to buy yarn. Okay, but the yarn store I work at gave us all a like special thank you gift, and we got 40% off a garment's amount of yarn, which was so funny because like immediately we're all like, oh my god, what are we gonna make? What are we gonna make? And I decided to get this yarn here. This is the Ashford triple knit yarn. I've been wanting to try this for so long. I really like Ashford yarn, so this is the one we got, and I plan to make sweater number 20, I think. Here it is here, a little photo of what it looks like. It's just a cool like cabled one. I saw a photo of Ingrid, DYB, on Instagram, and she had like a white one, and I was like, oh shit, I really want that. So we're making it. However, I'm not casting it on yet because I have too many whips. Ideally, I would like to finish my Jenny sweater before I cast this on. I don't know how realistic that's gonna be, but we will see how we go. So this is my one yarn acquisition, and it was a great deal, so I'm very happy. And yeah, that is all for this podcast. Honestly, there's a lot of stuff. I was so happy to be able to finish so many things, and also have so many cute things now to like add to my wardrobe. But I don't know, it's the cold months now, so I need to just continue like knitting frantically to keep myself warm. And don't worry, I will. So I shall be back soon to provide you with more content. If you enjoyed this podcast, leave a little like, chuck a little subscribe. If you want to see more, let me know. And yeah, ka kite anō.